In this video, let us discuss the remaining set of options which are available in sketching of the Creo parametric software. Okay, so far I have covered the line, rectangle, circle, spline, ellipse, arc, and I've also discussed about the datums. Let us now discuss what is fillet, chamfer, and other options which are available for us. Okay, so let me start with the fillet first. In order to show what is the functionality of fillet, let me create a line first, or let me create a rectangle. So I will be creating a corner rectangle which is originating from the corner, and let me just place it at this point. Let me change the dimensions to be something around 700 and 400. These are just examples. Now the corners of the rectangle are sharp and pointed. I actually now want them to be round and smooth. So in that case, I would be required to use an option called fillet. So under fillet, there are multiple options again for us. Let us discuss one by one each of the options. Let us start with the circular fillet. Let me click on the circular fillet. Then I have to go to the location where I would like to create a round. So you can see the Creo is giving me an option over here, select two entities. So let me go to the first entity. Let me specify to be the first horizontal line. There it is. Now let me click on the second line. Here it is. Now you can observe over here the corner has been transformed to a circle, to a round with some radius that is of 51.10 units. And if I want to alter the dimension or the radius, I can just double click on it and I have to just modify the dimension such as 45. So right now I got a fillet, or I got a corner which has been converted into a round section. So let me try to show you what is the difference between the first and the second type of fillet. The first type is a circular fillet and the second one is a circular trim fillet. So let me just click on the circular trim, and again I have to select two entities. The software is telling me to select the two entities. So let me go to this corner, the right corner. So let me just pan to the right side. Yeah, and let me zoom it with the middle mouse button, and let me click on the first entity and the second entity, and let me just click the middle button. I can change the dimension or the radius to be something around 45, and let me try to push off this dimension inside for some reason. I'll just show you, and let me try to decrease the width of both the distances to be something around 300. I'm sorry, let me just try to keep it 300. Now let me just zoom in. Now you can see the difference. In the first fillet, we have a construction line to be seen. This actually presents the previous corner, whereas in the second option we have what we have used, that is the fillet with the trim, the circular trim. You will not be seeing the reference corner, the previous reference corner which has been converted to a fillet or a radius, right? So this is the difference between the general circular fillet and the other circular trim fillet. Let me try to use the other options right now, and you can just modify the dimensions as I've said, and these dimensions can be again converted to a diameter, and we can just try to keep this as a radius to show the difference between both the dimensioning. And now let me try to use the other type of fillet which is available for us at the other two corners of the rectangle. Let me try to reduce this distance to be something around, say, 150. Let me just zoom in, and let me try to click on the elliptical fillet, and I have to select two entities. The first entity is the vertical line, second entity is the horizontal line. And elliptical fillet is nothing but an ellipse. This is a quarter section of the ellipse with its own major and minor axis. The semi-major and semi-minor axis. Imagine if we would have to create an ellipse with these dimensions. 15 would be the and for example this should be something around 60. Okay, I'm just giving you an example in order to show you the elliptical design over here, right? So this is the semi minor axis and this is the semi major axis, and this can be used at the corners wherever desired. And you can see the difference. This is a circular shape, this is an elliptical shape, and if you want you can alter the minor axis distance to be something around 45. I'm just giving an example, but the default is needed. So generally we will be in the geometries which we are working with, we will be given this data. I mean these dimensions will be given to us, and we have to plot the elliptical fillet. And let me try to use the elliptical trim. The difference is the same. We have to select the corners, and there it is. I got the corner converted to elliptical fillet with no reference in the background as seen in the earlier case of circular trim fillet. So this is the difference between the four types of fillets. Two are basically circular in nature and the other two are elliptical in nature, and the trim and the non-trim has a difference of background references. The basic one will be having a reference as shown in the screen right now, and in the trim version we will not be having any reference in the background. So this is all about fillets.